Hey everyone, right here with Rinksworks. Today's video, I'm going to show you how I took this truck from looking like this to looking like this. And it had a chrome bumper that was smashed up, so I got a new bumper, but I took the chrome off of it and did Raptor Liner on it, on the grill, and a whole bunch of the accessories on the truck. Everything that was black that looked faded and just didn't match very well. And I did them all in Raptor Liner, and it came out really nice. The truck looks sharp, and if you're interested in seeing how I did it, then stay tuned and I'll show you, and we'll get started right now. Okay, so here's what we're starting with. You can see the damage on the bumper, and this plastic piece here is also broken, so we're replacing that. The bumper. I'm also replacing these headlight covers. This whole project started originally because there's a headlight out here, but these lenses are so bad, so we're going to replace both lenses. And I got a new style, so they're kind of like blackout. They look really cool, I think. We're going to pull the grill off, and we're going to get rid of all the chrome. And the new bumper we got is chrome currently, but I'm going to spray Raptor Liner on the new chrome bumper, on this piece, and on the grill, and we're going to get rid of the chrome stuff. We're also going to do the back bumper. So that's the beginning of the project. Without breaking anything. I know that sounds bad, but that's just what it is. Okay. Okay, I just want to give you a quick look at how these clips work, because you can't really see them too well when it's on the car. But so here's the other. Here's the two that were in the ends, right up in here. So when you're pulling on these and prying on them, you try to get your hand as close as possible to the clips when you're pulling. So you don't want to be way out, creating stress points far away from the clips, if that makes sense. And here's the three that go on the bottom. And here's what's left over. So obviously that one is missing. It probably broke. This one we already knew was kind of broken. And we'll see if those other ones are going to work properly for that. Okay, so there's the headlight assembly. Alright, now that I got the grill, the lights out, I'm going to just remove the license plate, and then we'll get started on the bumper. Okay, what I decided to do before I take the bumper and that plastic bottom piece off, here's the new bumper and the new plastic piece. Since we're not going to keep the chrome, we're going to go with the Raptor Liner on it. I'm going to scuff that up and scuff this up. I think I'll use red Scotch-Brite on the plastic on this piece. And I'm not sure here, I may try to scuff it with like 220 or something. So I'll set up and give it a try, and then I'll let you know what I'm actually using. And then I'm also going to do this whole piece. I'll probably take the Chevy emblem off there and then get this whole thing scuffed up as well. Alright, so the Scotch-Brite didn't even touch this thing. So I'm using 180. And all we're doing is just scuffing it up. You can kind of see what it does. So I'm just going to scuff up the whole thing like that, and then we'll do the bumper. Alright, I got this piece all scuffed. Ended up using only one piece of sandpaper. Scuff the whole thing. Now I think I'll set up the DA sander and do the bumper. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. I got my DA sander. I got a 120 grit pad on here. And all we're doing is we're giving this chrome some tooth. I did a little test patch right here. And I know, shiny chrome, brand new thing, but chrome's kind of falling out of favor with people, and this truck I think will actually look good with just a black bumper, so we'll see. I'm just going to do a little pass here. So I don't know how well you can see it, but all I'm doing is giving this thing some tooth. So I'll do the whole thing now. Of course, I'm not doing the inside or of any of the parts, just the outside that we're going to shoot. Okay, I'm going to scuff up this piece now. I'm going to take the Chevy emblem off. I think we're going to paint it a different color. It just comes off on these two nuts. Be very careful taking them off because they're plastic and you can break them pretty easy. Okay, now with the grill, the new bumper, and the new plastic piece here all sanded down, it's time to take off the bumper. So I'm going to take off the license plate frame. I might see if I can get some heat, a little bit of heat on this thing and straighten it out. I don't know if that'll work or not. But I also noticed that there's another piece that I didn't even notice before, right here, that attaches to this piece. And I'm not sure exactly how it comes off. It looks like it's just kind of clipped in. But I think I'm just going to take the whole thing off as an assembly and then get this off. And I'll scuff this too. And it looks like we've got to take off this bolt, one over here, and then the bumper bracket. There's one here and one here. I think I'm going to take them off from the frame. So when I bought the kit, which came with this and this piece, it also came with new brackets. These seem like they're okay. However, since this took such a hard hit, it's possible one of those are bent. So I'm just going to pull them off at the frame, I think, and then probably just use the new ones if they're decent. So we'll see. Let's get it apart. Alright, well, I'm running into a little bit of an issue. First of all, why they make these bolts so long is beyond me. But this bottom one is being a bitch. Even with the impact, I couldn't get it to go. I could bring out the air tools and the air impact and probably get it off, but I'm also likely to break that bolt. So what I'm going to do is shoot the back side of the threads with some PB Blaster and let it soak for a bit. I can get to the back side of the bolt here, so I'll shoot a bunch of that on the threads there and let it soak in, see if we can't break it loose that way. Okay, let that soak on there for a little bit. I'm going to just try to run it out a little bit, run it back in a little bit, out a little bit, in a little bit. Let that oil get working on those threads. You can see that it's to a point where it wants to stop, so probably squirt some more on here. There we go. Oh yeah, pretty rusted. Okay, but we didn't break it, so that saves us a bunch of work. We'll probably have to clean out the threads on this piece, but no big deal. We'll just run a tap down through, clean them up. Now I believe after I take these last two bolts off, this whole thing will come right off, so. It appears that it will. Let's see. Nope, something's holding it. Two more bolts, one here and one here. And I gotta get an extension. Okay, now this time I really mean it. When I take these two off, it'll come off. Alright, let's see if I'm right. Ah, there we go. Bumper off. Okay. Careful not to break this bottom piece that I've got to take off now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot some of this PB blaster down in these holes. And same with the ones that are on the bottom. So I've worked my way down. I'm on the last one here. Basically, just get a screwdriver underneath that thing. Okay, there's that piece. Okay, so of course I have a new bumper and I've got this new piece here, but it did not come with these clips that attach it. So I'm going to have to remove those. And then there's 3 that would have been here that all got broken off. So I'm going to have to come up with 3 more of those. And then there's a few more on this side. So let's get those off. Okay, so real quick, the ones that go in the very ends on both sides are these. And then these other ones are sort of coming out differently. You can see this one came out in one piece like I thought they were supposed to. This one is coming out in a couple pieces. Same with that one there. So, I don't know. We'll see once we get it all apart if I broke them or not. Somebody will throw down in the comments the easier way to take these out. Alright, I've given up on trying to get these big ones out. I did get one out, but they're really brittle and they're starting to break on me. So, the ones that are on the ends, the store had new ones, but the big ones the store didn't have. So I was already contemplating on just putting some bolts through and not using the plastic clips. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I've got the new bumper and the new lower piece, both scuffed already. I'm going to put them together and then I'll put that other lower piece on. I just scuffed that. So let's start putting it together and then we'll probably just use bolts. Okay, start putting this together. So these tabs here line up with these holes here. You got to kind of push this whole thing together. Sorry about the barking dog. Okay, now I can put the 2 end pieces, clips on. And of course the clips I bought were not the right ones. Alright. Why would they be? Alright, luckily I saved the old clips for these end ones. There we go. Okay. So now for all the rest of the holes, I can kind of scooch this around a little bit and I'm just going to get some bolts and nuts and washers and bolt the rest of it together. Alright, since I couldn't find the clips for these big clips in any of the auto parts stores, I'm just gonna use nuts and bolts for now, but that's okay. I didn't feel like waiting to order some, so at least we can just go ahead and get it done. Okay, now I got this piece to put on, and hopefully it's not too hard. It's a little difficult getting it off the other one, and they're supposed to just kind of snap in here, so I think I'm going to start at the center and work my way out, maybe. Let's see if that seems like a good idea or not. Maybe we'll start at the end. Yeah, I think maybe the end is the way to start. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I think I'll get a screwdriver and just kind of finish those off. They need to go through just a little bit more. I might need to just get a little bit of leverage in there. But easy enough. Okay. Here's the old bumper. I'm not sure exactly what the purpose of these is, but I'll go ahead and take these off and put them on the new one. Just a bolt and a clip thing, so you don't need to watch, but I'll take those off and put them on the new one. Okay, back to the old bumper again. These are the bumper brackets. Now the kit I bought came with a bumper and then this piece, and it also came with new brackets. These aren't nearly as heavy duty and strong as the originals, but I don't know if these are bent or not, because it took such a good hit here, so it's kind of hard to tell if these are bent or not. They don't appear to be, but I think I'm going to go ahead and install the new brackets on the new bumper, and it also came with hardware that's hopefully correct. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on the new bumper and see how it goes. So I'll keep this one together, that way I can use it for reference. Alright, remember how I said I was going to use the new bracket on the new bumper? Check this out. So we line those bolt holes up there, and then look at that. Huh. I mean, it's within an inch. The angle's wrong, holes in the wrong place. Okay. Should I expect any less? No, probably not. Okay. I'm going to pull off the brackets off of the old bumper and see if they fit any better. Okay, here's the old bracket. I took off the old bumper. Lines up just right. So, alright, I'm going to use the old brackets. I will use the new hardware though, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the other bracket off the old bumper and then get them put on here. Okay, the brackets are on. I left them a little bit loose. That way I can adjust them when it's on the truck, make sure everything lines up properly. Now I'm going to go ahead and chase these holes that we put the PV blaster in before, because they were so rusted, so chase those now. Alright, we're going to chase all the holes for the bumper brackets. The mounting holes that were all rusted out, that have had the JB blaster soaking in there for a while. If you're interested, this is a metric 10 by 1.5 tap, and I'll just tap all these holes. I think there's 8 of them. Just get all that rust out of there. So I'll get all of those done. Okay, if anybody's ever sprayed this Bedliner stuff, you know that it is messy, it's toxic, and it gets everywhere. So I've got some plastic. I just got some cheap plastic sheets from Walmart, and I've plasticed all this stuff off. And I have masked off the areas that I don't want to spray, like the Chevy emblem there, and this stuff here. Basically, when the hood closes, I only want to spray what is seen with the vehicle in driving condition, meaning the hood closed. This part, the bumper and all this stuff, only thing I masked off was the bumper brackets, which you can't see the other one, to keep them clean. But what I'm going to do now is blast them off with air, because they've been sitting for a few days since I've sanded everything. And then I'm going to use grease and wax remover, which I just bought from O'Reilly or something, to degrease the whole thing. And then once I have it all degreased, I'll come back and we'll talk about what we're spraying. And make sure when you do this, don't touch this with your fingers afterwards, because the oil from your hands will get on this. So I'm going to just wipe everything down. All right, I'm going to spray these with adhesion promoter. I think what this really is for is areas that you can't scuff, like, you know, in here, to help it help the Raptor Liner adhere better. But I'm going to just go ahead and spray the whole thing. I've seen some other guys do that, and it doesn't seem to be a problem. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and spray both parts, the whole thing. It says light coat, wait 10 minutes, and then shoot another light coat. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, it's been about 30 minutes since I hit these with the adhesion promoter. Now I'm going to open that can up, dump it in here. That's the hardener, the little can. Dump it in there, shake it for 2 minutes, and I'm going to use the gun. I've actually bought this stuff before. I bought it with the gun. So this time I just bought this stuff because I have the gun. It says to spray between 40 and 60 psi. This thing is a piece of shit. It doesn't regulate well at all, so I've actually adjusted my air compressor to 40 psi. I shot it last time when I did a Bedliner, or in a truck bed. I did it at 60, and I think I'm going to try a little bit lower. I'll shoot it on test piece first, kind of see how it's going. But I'm going to go. Right now I got my air compressor set up to deliver 40 psi here with the trigger pulled. So when this is pulled, I have 40 psi. So let's mix it up and shoot it. All right, a couple days later, it's all done. It's hard. It came out pretty good, I think. I mean, we'll know when we put it all together, won't we? The bumper and the sorted parts. So let's put it together. Okay, let's see if we can't muscle this thing into place. All right, I got all my bumper brackets. Everything's tight now. I concentrated on getting it side to side centered, and height-wise on each side centered. From the eye, it looks good, but I think we're really not going to find out until we put the headlights in how square everything is. So everything's tight. We may have to readjust, but let's put the lights in and find out. One thing I noticed that I'm going to fix, remember I masked this off. I shouldn't have masked it. I see now that I would have had plenty of room, even with the thickness of this. But I'm going to take the emblem back off. I'm going to mask around the outside and just shoot down inside here with flat black paint, because you can see that line. It looks pretty bad. Mistake. Live and learn. So I'm going to fix that, and then we'll put this on. All right, we're ready to attach the grill. I'm going to flip this over a second. Now, these clips here, 3 on the bottom, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Those are the ones that pop in here, 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 2 up there, and 2 over here. So I'll set the camera up at a distance, and you're going to see me popping the thing. That's what I'm doing. I'm popping those clips into place. And then we have these. This is a factory one still. This one was missing. Here's the ones I got off Amazon. Hopefully they'll be decent. I will put a link in the description. They just pop in like that. To take them out, you just squeeze them and pull them out. And this one here was missing or broken. I can't remember. But so there's those. So I'll set the camera up at a distance. I'm going to peel this coating back off of these, because I don't know if it'll be in the way once the grill's in there to get it off. So I'll peel those off. So I'll set the camera up and you can watch me struggle with this. How's it look? I think we should push it back into the sun. Take a look. All right. Chrome's gone. I think it looks pretty good. All the rest of the trim on this truck is black. You know, the mirrors and the fender guards and everything. I think it came out pretty good. I'm going to do the back bumper still. And after I do that, you've already seen it done, so I'll bring you back and just show you what it looks like afterwards. But I think I'm fairly happy with that. I'm waiting for a license plate frame to come in. I had to order it, of course. The other one was not really, I couldn't straighten it out. So, and at some point, I'll do something with that Chevy emblem. Maybe make it green like the rest of it. I think that might look the best. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, I guess we should see if the lights work. Well, let's see if what we did actually works. Lights should be on. Appears that the brights work. I can't see it, but that's the left indicator. That's the right indicator. Now I'll go back and look at the camera and see if everything actually worked. Alright, so here it is all unmasked. I'm really happy with the way it came out. It's a little dirty because it rained, but man, it's tough. I didn't ever quite figure out what to do with the Chevy emblem, but that's okay. I can figure it out later. I also did the new license plate frame. And the wheel well arch plastic pieces. I didn't go down up inside here. You could do that if you want to. I didn't want to spend that much time on it. Plus, it's always going to be dirty anyway. But I think it looks good. I did the mirrors. And I masked very carefully around all of it. I did the door handles. I did not do the rubber gaskets that are on the outside here, so that's why it looks a little bit different. So I've masked it to the point of just doing the handles. I was a little worried, would I cause some issues here, but not at all. When I first did it, I came and tested these thinking, man, I don't want to glue those together, but it didn't happen. The rear wheel wells, and of course the rear bumper. Now I didn't fix any of the blemishes on the bumper prior to doing this, so there's a few. There's a little crack thing here, but that's okay. And that's a little bit of dirt, but all in all, I'm really happy with the way it looks. So if you want to do something similar, that's how I did it. Now I already did a bed liner. I have a video on that if you want to see how I did that. And I also made this headache rack along with the side rails. It's all one piece. And I have a video on that too if you want to check it out. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thanks. I hope you got something out of it. And leave a like or a comment and let me know what you think. So take care, and we'll see you on the next one.